Alright, the first graph we're going to look at today is called a dot plot. And on your paper it has the explanation of how what a dot plot is and the way to construct a dot plot. It's probably one of the easiest ones to actually build. It does show all the individual scores, so you can tell exactly how many observations there were. You can also tell what they actually are. So you have the original data, which is always useful to have. So we have the rules here, and we have one made, and then we're going to practice one together, and then you're going to practice one on your own. So it says you'll draw a horizontal line, we have here, and label it with the variable being graphed in the graph below. Weight in ounces, that's the name, are the units down here. Provide a descriptive title, so that's what that represents. And label the axis with relevant data values, so you want to number the axis. Just be sure to scale it based on the variable, and then you just put a dot everywhere you have a data point. Sometimes you'll even see these in magazines, newspaper, and these points are, instead of dots, they're people, little pictures of people or houses or something like that, so that they can represent what it's talking about, which makes it easy to read. You want to make sure your dots are evenly spaced. You also want to make sure your dots are all the same size. You don't want to make something look more than it is. And this axis needs to be spaced evenly also. Those are our rules for a dot plot. So we have one that we are going to practice. So this one says, in the Super Bowl, how many points does the winning team outscore the loser? Here are the winning margins for the first 42 Super Bowl games. So we're going to draw our horizontal line. And then here we'll put number of points along the axis. We'll put the title up here, so this would be winning margin of Super Bowls. And then we just have to decide how we're going to scale this. So, looks like we have a low of 1. That's our lowest value. And our highest value is, looks like we have a 45. And that might be the largest. So we have to scale from 1 to 45 on our axis. And, you know, you can do that as 0, and we can do like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and then we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we don't have to put every single number on the axis. I'm sorry, if you have better graph paper is always good on these kind of things also to build them. Right, so we have our number line of 0 to 45, and then you just put a dot for every value in your set. So 25, 19, I'm going to make them about the same level, about the same size. I'm going to go across this way. So 9, 16, 3, 21, 21, 7, 17, 4, 12, 17. So now that we have another 17, we'll put it right above 5. And then you just keep going. 10, 29, 22, 36. There's a 19 again. So we'll put that above. 32. 4, so another 4, so we'll put that above. 45. 1. So 10. 13. So 10, 11, 12, 13. 35. 17. So another 17. 23. 10. 14. 7. 15. Another 7. 27. 3. 27 again. 3 again. 11. 12. 2 more 3s. Still go 1 at that year. Okay. 10. 18. 17. Another 17. And 4. So this would be a dot plot of the data of winning margins. And one of the videos you'll watch will be about a few words you talked about. So if you were actually asked to describe this, we would say that it has a range from 45 to 1. So the range looks like it's 44 points. It's very spread out, is what that range tells us. The data is very spread out. And you'll talk about mean and median, but you'll notice that 3 points was the most common, which would be called the mode. So it looks like a difference of 3 happens the most, and then after that it was 17. So there were some very close games, and then we had some that were a little bit more points were scored, and then we had some that were just blowouts. So it looks like this probably was a outlier, out of the ordinary. That game was definitely one that was not even close, and we have a few over here also. So we'll talk more about what this actually tells us, but that's how you build a dot plot. So you have one more example on your paper for you to build. Just make sure you label everything. So if somebody were to look at it, they would know what you're talking about. This is the finish of your first video on how to build a dot plot.